Hello, this is my first recording, and hopefully I'll be putting more out there in the future. I'll be analyzing games submitted from other people, so it'll be fun. Um, this is my first video, so I decided to do one of my own games from a long time ago. I didn't play very well here then, and but that's to show what kind of games I will be analyzing, more instructive games for the amateur. So, I was playing black, so we'll flip the board. Alright, my opponent plays Queen H5. This move was mainly advocated by Bernard Parham and is called the wayward queen attack, or the Parham attack. Okay, usually knight to c6 is better here. So I'm trying to figure out how to do arrows. Alright, I'll figure that out later. But usually knight to c6 is better here. But this move is fine too. I don't like my bishop right here being locked in along this diagonal. So the game continued here, trying to come here with mate as Fritz is showing me. Yeah, this is a way to defend. My queen's kind of exposed like his. I'm down on development. I actually like white's position better here, but neither side really appeals to me. I don't like the queen activity here, so. Alright, sacrificing the bishop to get my king out. Not really a sound idea this early in the opening. Fritz is showing me that I have a 4-pawn advantage, which this is clearly winning for black. So I take, and he declines the queen trade, which the only way to make that sacrifice actually count for something would be to exchange queens. Then you'd see my king would be here on f7, kind of exposed, but there still wouldn't really be much of a way to take advantage of that. Alright, I'm developing with tempo, attacking the queen, getting ready for castling. Alright, this is just development. Alright, I decided to castle queenside because of the weakness here. I could have castled kingside, and with my rook being right here, take advantage of the f-file, but I can do that anyway, queenside. So it doesn't matter too much. This f3 move here is pretty weakening too. White really needs to pay attention to his development rather than pointless pawn moves. Okay, I'm just starting to open the center. My development is pretty muchly complete. This rook right here is out of the game some, but it's not very consequential right now. I have all of my pieces developed on good squares, and I'm ready to open the center. And all of his pieces, his queen side is not developed at all. These 6 pieces haven't moved from their posts, and this knight isn't doing anything. The queen isn't doing anything. The king's not castled. This is much better for black. Okay, I decided to advance, attacking the knight with tempo. Perhaps just taking would have been good too, but this secures a spatial advantage anyway. Alright, this move was pretty much all he had. He's not really attacking here because my knight defends it. I mean, if he had moved here, my bishop would have taken, pawn takes, queen takes, I'm up a pawn, and then back here, moving back here is just terrible, so he had to go right here, which that knight Looks terrible compared to my pieces. Check. Okay, here I now have a pin on this pawn, and this is the first of the pins. A lot of pins come up in this game. That's one of the reasons I like it. And I couldn't take right away because the knight just takes here, and while there's still a pin, you can unpin it with bishop to d7, and the knight is now reinstated with a fairly good position, better than it has now. So I decided to keep the tension going. Okay, this removes the pin on this pawn, and I guess that's Rich is showing me. He's threatening to take, and I don't. It's even, so. But I am still up a solid bishop, so no matter what happens, I'm still solid here. So I played a6, knight to a3. Now this knight still looks really bad, but now you can try to come here to c2. Alright, I decided to get a kingside attack rolling here. Start rolling these two pawns toward the king. I have a lot of pieces over here. The king is pretty well defended. I could take here, but the problem with that is that if I don't get the bishop out in time, then white can advance g3 and trap it. But that's not really a threat right now because I'll just take g3, so I should be fine if I take. But I didn't, I just played h5. So. Okay, this is good, finally developing that bishop. I'm just keeping my attack going. Yeah. I'm still threatening this pawn, and this knight's threatening to take my knight, which doubles my pawns and creates a weakness. It looks like here I just blundered a pawn, pretty much, but I don't know. I could have won this pawn straight out, but now it's an exchange since the knight just took this pawn here. Oh no, I get it's defended by the rook. Okay, sorry, I didn't see that. Yeah, it's iffy. Alright, so this is another pin, and one of my annotations from when I first annotated this game says the first pin, here the fireworks begin. And this is where the fun part comes in, alright? This knight's pinned right here. So I'll be able to take advantage of that. And it looks like right now the bishop has to move to e3 to defend the knight and break the pin. It still looks bad because there's another pin on the d file to this pawn because it's undefended. So he advanced the pawn. Yeah, as Fritz is saying, I can take here, take, and it's pretty convincing. I mean, this move doesn't really accomplish much. So I move here. I should have moved to d5. Move the knight here instead. But I moved back, and the reason I played that was because I didn't want to block the d file. I still wanted to keep this stuff going right here. And I don't think that was a wise decision. I mean, knight to d5 keeps the pressure up well, keeps my knight in a very strong place. But as I said earlier, it doesn't really matter what I play, I'm still winning by a lot. But that was a mistake. but not very punishable. And he plays knight c4, threatening my bishop. Yeah, this is good for me. This knight is hanging. I just take here. Nothing happens. This bishop is hanging. He's got two hanging pieces. And it's like, I have so many good moves. Which do I make? You know what I mean? But the funny thing is I did not take either one. Which, if I didn't take either one, which is weird. I played this, making the exchange, which Fritz is telling me I just went down a lot of points, but I'm still at +9, so this was a mistake. I just missed two hanging pieces, which wasn't good on my part. So he retakes. There we go. And this is good for me, because, see, there's another pin now. The bishop pins the queen to the king. So the only move is the move he played, bishop to e3. That's the only way to save the queen. Alright, so at this point, I played h3, keeping the pressure up, the attack going. I guess he could take. He didn't take, but if he did take, I would come here with check, and he would go here, and my rook can come here. I mean, I don't do, this isn't a pawn sacrifice because I have the rook guarding the pawn, and my pieces are starting to get really close to the enemy king. This just looks good for me. So he plays queen to d2. This breaks the pin here. There's still a pin on this bishop, but it removes the queen from the king's diagonal. But it created something different. Okay, sorry. I have now potential for a discovered attack here. Now I could play it right away, moving here with check. My rook's attacking his queen with check, but his queen can just retake the bishop. So that doesn't do much for me at this point, so I decide to keep the pressure going. I play this move. Now there's a pin here on this pawn. He can't take now because obviously I take the queen. And now I'm really threatening to come here, because if he does retake, I come here with checkmate. So he have to go somewhere else, and I just win this bishop free. So he has to do something about that threat. And he plays g4, maybe a bit too much. g6 probably would have been better, but it's a defense. So I played queen to g5. This is a really good move. So you have the pin going right here, so the bishop can't take my queen. This is adding more pressure on the bishop, so now I'm threatening to take with the queen or the bishop, and that gets the bishop free. Actually, if I take with the bishop here, that is check. If the queen takes, I win the queen, and if the king simply moves, then my rook takes the queen, winning the queen. So that's another threat he has to take care of, and he plays. Alright, he plays rook to f2. Now he is threatening to take my queen, and I don't have the same threat because the rook now blocks this, so I can't take with check, and the bishop is unpinned. However, I just take the bishop, and now I'm attacking the queen, and the rook is pinned. It's another pin. This diagonal is full of pins in this game. Now the queen has to move, and I just won this rook. So he plays here. Okay, Fritz is showing me that he wants to play right here with the rook, threatening to take my bishop. So, at this point, another move I have is maybe rook to d2. Yeah, that's possible. But, I played knight to d4, which, keeping the pressure up, I'm attacking the queen again. Yeah, now I'm forcing the queen to get off this rank, because if he doesn't, then I mean, any of these squares, the only squares on the rank, he can go guarded by the bishop and the knight. So he has to go on the back rank or here. Those are the only choices. If he goes here, I come here with check, and now my rook's attacking his queen. So he has to go somewhere back here. In the game, he played this. Oh, he did play that. Okay. Now I can just come here with check, which is what I did, and I win the queen. And back here, he could have moved on the back rank. If he goes here, I come here. It's a fork in the king and queen. If he goes here, then I still go here. I mean, anywhere he goes, here, here, or here, I just come here, winning. His best move is to come here, I guess. Still defending the pawn, so I can't take now. But this does line the queen up with the rook, which is a bad thing. I have maybe some tactics in the future. I don't know. Maybe after that, I just simply bring my queen right here, and I'm attacking the rook again, threatening a forced mate with takes. King has to move here, and I come here with mate. That looks pretty convincing. So he moves here. I move here. Fritz is saying I have a forced mate in 9 from this point. I don't know. But he moved here. I took the queen, obviously. This leaves the knight hanging. Maybe at this point I could take in here with the knight, with check, winning another pawn before I take the queen. I don't know. So I just take the queen, which is nothing wrong with that. He takes my knight. I take the free pawn. He sacrifices his rook for the bishop to leave the stress and I guess prevent my mate I have here. I come here and then my bishop's guarding this square. So I just take here. Alright, and that's a forced mate easily. So that was the game. It was a pretty decent game. A lot of tactics at the end. That's a lot of amateur games at this level. There are a lot of mistakes, but sometimes, especially near the end of the game, there will be some interesting tactics, which are always fun to watch. So, hope you enjoyed it. So hopefully I'll be getting people sending me games that I can analyze for them and post. So, I guess that's it. That's the first game, my first video. So thank you for watching, and I have a blog on chess.com where I'll analyze your game there, and then you can send me a game for the video, and maybe I'll analyze it. I don't know. It depends on how many I get. So, thanks for watching. See you next time.